Hello everyone, this is Mr. Informal back with another thoughts, analysis, and rant. This time it is the Blackberry Key 2. It is the successor to the Blackberry Key 1. So this is the time when a lot of these electronic brands are coming out with new electronics, whether it be cell phones, Bluetooth speakers, home speakers, AI assistant speakers, soundbar, and TVs, all types of electronics. So it just happens to be the season, the trend. And so BlackBerry announced the BlackBerry Key 2 as of 3 weeks ago, or it could have been 2 weeks ago, whichever. Again, it is the successor to the BlackBerry Key 1. I really have a bone to pick with this phone. But you know what? First and foremost, we got to talk about the specs. So, it is still retaining the 4.5 inch screens. That's 1080 by 1620. That's 3:2 ratio. It uses Gorilla Glass 3 instead of Gorilla Glass 4 from the Key 1. And it still has the fingerprint scanner on the keyboard. The keyboard is now matted. It is also more squared. Not only that, they also added a new shortcut key. So when you're in applications or in the app, you can quickly launch a new app just by basically like a shift key, and then you type in the letter, and so that's quite interesting. It will come with Android 8.1 Oreo. That should be the least. It has two cameras now on the back. 12 megapixels f1.8. Another one is 12 megapixels f2.6. Obviously, it also has a front camera. It can shoot 4K. And on the front, it still has the 8 megapixel, but the aperture is now f2.0. It comes with a Bluetooth 5.0, so that's great and all. And it also has quick charge. The battery is still the same, 35 milliamps battery. The colors comes in black and silver. And finally, the storage, we're looking at 6 gigs of RAM, either 64 gig or 128 gigabyte option. Previously, it was 3 gigs of RAM if you get the 32, or 4 gigs if you get the 64 gigabyte. And that's basically it. It's an incremental update. Not an upgrade, but an update. So, what do I think about this phone? Is it going to put BlackBerry on the map again? No. Is it gonna make people be aware of BlackBerry again? No, it will not. Will people be more interested in this phone? No, they will not. So, what is it about this phone that people will love? I mean, I can't think of any other than just liking the keyboard. Now, don't get me wrong, okay? And I forgot to mention that it uses Snapdragon 660. So the processor has been upgraded. Yes, the processor 660 compared to the 625 in the BlackBerry Key 1. So back to the big question here. I think this phone is still gonna keep BlackBerry where they are, a niche market. It's still gonna keep BlackBerry where they are, which is only a few people will love it, only a few people will buy it, only a few people will keep it. What I mean by a few people, whether it be thousands or 100,000s, we're not talking millions here. Now we can talk about around the world, but its market share is really small. And the price of this, okay, is around $600 to $700 depending on where you live. Man, that's a lot of money. That is a lot of money for such an incremental update. Why couldn't they just keep the $500 price like it was on the KEYONE? Heck, with $50 more, you can buy a OnePlus 6. You can buy a GG6 that's better than this. I mean, you would have to really, really love the keyboard. I do too. I love the keyboard. I love the quick shortcut just by pressing any keyboard. Okay? And that is the point, is BlackBerry even have the motivation to gain more market share? Do they have the urgency? And I say no. So let's get on with the rant here, okay? Because I can keep going and going and going. First rant, the price. Again, you can buy last year flagship for the same amount of price you can buy this KEY2. And this KEY2 is using a 660 Snapdragon processor, which is a mid-range, or it can be a low mid-range, whatever you want to call it. Not only that, it doesn't nothing really has much change in terms of the look. What about the cameras? Not really much change, except additional camera. I mean, what else could it be? Not only that, they're using Gorilla Glass 3 when they were using Gorilla Glass 4 on the KEY1, so they downgraded. So with a couple, again, 50 to 100, you can buy last year flagship. Heck, you can even buy OnePlus 6. You can buy G6. You can get the S8. Heck, you can buy the iPhone 8. Whatever you want to call, whatever you think is the same price as this, it might even be better. But the biggest bone to pick that I have on this one, it's not even about the price, it's not even about what's inside, but about the size. You see, I've held the KEY1, and the KEY2 is the same size as the KEY1. And when I was in Best Buy, I was holding it and I was telling myself, wow, this is a tall device. Yes, a very tall device. Let's not talk about, oh, I got small hands, you need to have bigger hands to use this. No, stop it. Me, I would love to see this form factor, just like, actually no, the same form factor as the BlackBerry Passport. I would love to see that. I would love to see that. Or even shrink the screen, not the keyboard, but shrink the screen to make it more shorter, or to make it more square, just like the BlackBerry Classic they used to have. So that is my biggest bone to pick about this device, is how tall it is. And if you want the general masses, or at least millions, to buy this, you gotta add the females. And by having this tall device, hold on, I know what you're saying. Well, iPhone 8 is a tall device. Note 8 is a tall device. The S9 Plus is a tall device. The V20, okay, that's fair, but here's the difference. All of them don't have a keyboard, and all of them are touchscreen. So you are able to be entertained more, and you got to have compromises. Not only that, for a BlackBerry like this, I'm telling you, think about it, you're trying to type a keyboard and now you're using the other hand just to scroll down. Come on, we cannot be doing that. And I used to own a BlackBerry Q10. For those who don't know, Q10 is really small, it has a keyboard, it has a touchscreen. I wish it was Android, but no, it was using the BlackBerry OS. So I'm not against the KEY2, KEY1, or whatever it may be, but I am against the design here. I wish the form factor was much more compact, and sadly this is not. And the fact that they are pricing this around the OnePlus 6, I don't think it's a great price. I think you're getting a ripoff. And so that leaves us with this BlackBerry KEY2. It will basically keep BlackBerry where they are, a niche market, basically a forgettable device that may or may never sell. And so that basically concludes my thoughts, analysis, and rant about the Blackberry KEY2. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.